Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game. Levels in this game.
All right. Welcome to the Caves Nerds of the Roundtable Discussion, episode number 2, the second live stream in the series. Welcome back. You know, we got a lot of good reviews and a lot of good energy from the first one we did. So, of course, we want to keep doing them. And, yeah, that's what it's all about. The Media Blast and the Cave presents the Nerds of the Roundtable. Yet another place where you can talk about pop culture, news, entertainment, you know, the geek culture stuff, frivolous stuff. We don't talk about heavy things over here. It's just something, you know, just something to do in between better things to do. But tonight, this is one of the better things to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring on the panelists and the guests. Of course, I'm your master of ceremonies for this evening, some guy named Jonathan Coleman. And you can also follow me on Instagram at JAYFORNOW. And there's the link below, or there's the name below. All right, let's go ahead and bring on the panelists. Okay, we had tech issues earlier. It looks like we still got them. We don't go on because it's ready. We're going because it's Thursday and it's 8 o'clock. All right. Kisha.
Hey.
Kisha, how you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
Oh yeah, we're just doing a show, just doing what we do.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, and Kisha is the admin, one of the admins in the C.A.V.E Facebook group. Join us in the C.A.V.E Facebook group. C.A.V.E, just like the logo that you saw at the beginning of the show. Just find the group, follow it, and you can get more. You have more frivolous discussion, like we're about to have tonight. Kisha, is there anything you want to say before we bring on the rest of everybody else?
No, I'm glad to be back on, I guess.
All right. Definitely. Let's bring on one of our comic book experts and our diversity hire, Blaze Belushi.
Woohoo!
Yes, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Move.
Thank you for being here. Oh yeah.
Pay no attention to my child.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I just froze for a second. I just heard move, and thought it was me. I looked over my shoulder for a second. Who's here?
No, my child was being silly.
Oh yeah.
Sounds about right.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight again, and I'm gonna bring on our guest, Samuelli Leon. Samuelli.
Hey, what's good?
Everything's good, man. Glad to have you on.
I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. Now, before we get into this panel, man, let everybody know who you are, your music, what you do, and why you're invited to this nerd panel.
Okay. Well, first, I am a child of the Most High, but pretty much I'm a music artist / CEO of my own independent record label, the House of Leon. I go by the name of Samuelli Leon, SAMUELLI LEON. That's pretty much Googleable. That's on all platforms, Insta, verified, YouTube, Spotify, eLegends, Ambassador, Fashionista, all of that brand ambassador fashion. Yeah, pretty much. I got my hands a little bit of everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
You do a little bit of everything.
yeah.
All right. Also, Samuel, if you can, you can turn the mic a little down too. Uh,
My mic is up.
yeah, you're a little loud.
What about now?
Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better right there.
Okay.
Definitely, definitely. All right, we're gonna play some of your songs too. You
Oh.
know, yes, yes. You know, Samuel Leon, although he makes pop music, hip hop, R&B. He also has some nerd adjacent music that we're gonna play as well.
Oh yeah, I'm that first. I'm a Renaissance nerd.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
Tell the audience what you're into.
Man, I'm into gaming. Period. Like pretty much any games. I like adventure games, RPGs. I'm a Sonic fan. Mario. That's OG. Power Rangers, Pokemon, all the shit I grew up on. I'm born in '88, but I'm a '90s baby because that's what everything I experienced was '90s. So '90s pop culture, Nickelodeon, all the OG stuff. And as far as music, I'm into anime, trap music. I speak over 18 languages. Japanese is one. I yeah, like I love anime. My favorite anime is Sword Art Online and Elfen Lied. And my daughter is like a me with a wig, so she's in anime, My Hero Academia, all the cool shit.
Yeah, yeah. We get to the anime portion.
Yeah.
That's all about what you're watching and stuff. All right, now before we get into the panel, we're going to sit and see what the people in the comment section are saying so far. We have some people on the Twitch checking us out. For everybody that's on Facebook that's streaming, go to the Media Blast Twitch, twitch.tv/ the Media Blast. And we got Rap Sands Drift says, got a sound effect there. What's up? I guess that's what that is. I don't know. I don't know these terms. I have to take me to school. And then we got my brother in the house saying welcome. Okay, it must be somebody he invited to the stream. Definitely hope you guys enjoy over there on Twitch. So for everybody that's on Facebook that's checking out the stream, and you want to join us on Twitch, if you prefer Twitch, just go to twitch.tv/ the Media Blast. All right, and also follow that page too. We're also going to do some video game, some retro game streams on there as well. So definitely check that out. That won't be on Facebook. That will just be on the Twitch, and then we'll transfer it over to YouTube because I don't know how to game on Facebook. I don't know how that works. I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, and if you guys want to join those, just follow the page. Also, for the people that are viewing on Twitch, follow us on Facebook. Go to the Media Blast, check that out on Facebook, or go to the C.A.V.E group, the C.A.V.E Facebook group. Join that, and you can check out the stream from there. So yes, we got a Facebook says LOL. So my Facebook
Oh, hey, Bookie.
Oh, and okay. That's your queen right there chiming in, huh?
Yeah, that's Bay. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh.
All right. All right. Yeah, my queen's not watching. She's like, oh, that nerd shit. I understand what you guys are talking about. All right, let's get into the discussion. Now, like last time, before we get into the frivolous stuff, we talk about a little something heavy. One of the heavy things is the the Carlee Russell situation, but
Oh Lord.
I
Oh.
can't rule Carlee out, and I might want to skip that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
show
will be
us
the
Carlee
first
Russell.
to say I'm being enlightened. I don't watch the news or nothing, but if it's not really trending on Facebook or Insta, I don't know. So I don't know nothing about Carlee. I know you mentioned the comment about capping today, so they call it Carlee now. So I enlighten me on what Carlee did.
Oh.
Kisha, you want to take that?
Basically, what was that? Monday or Tuesday? She made it seem like she got kidnapped. She called the police saying that she saw a toddler on the side of the highway and she was going to stop to help the toddler. And she was also on the phone with, I guess, her cousin or aunt or somebody. And basically she gets out of her car. She says, I don't see the toddler. And then she screams and then was missing for like a day. But then she showed back up at her house, not wearing shoes, but wearing socks with money in them, in the socks. At midnight, like everything was kosher, you know.
I mean, it sounds like, you know, she hit a little lick like that. Yeah, like she probably was on the stroll or something like that. That sounds like something consensual.
I mean, but to go to the extremes of leaving your car and your purse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I glitched.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You glitched, but we here. I heard it, and like I said, like you said, to be that thirsty for attention, that's wild. So she the new Juicy Smollett.
Basically.
Pretty much.
But they were speculating like she did it to get the attention of her ex-boyfriend because they broke up. My whole thing is is it really that serious? Do you necessarily if it's that serious, I don't need to be with you.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, she need to pick up a roster. Like, that's crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she could have just blamed it on that too, though. You know, probably have nothing to do with the ex-boyfriend. You know.
Probably that to save face. You know, but that's definitely it is definitely something like, you know, deep seated that there's definitely some underlying issues that require counseling. Like,
but then again, also flip side of the coin, if that was really the case, flip side of the coin is, what if she really was abducted, and because of all the media coverage and celebrities that were like, just bring Carlee home, you know, whoever had her might have been like, you know what, just going home, like, get out.
But they put they put the money in her socks though.
Yes.
Like,
she walked in the house and they didn't say it was an undisclosed amount of money, but still, like,
sounds like the toddler did it.
Yeah,
that's clearly the toddler. Yeah, toddler was there, then not. Sending home with a sock full of money sounds like the kid's version of, you know, doing the tooth fairy for the adult. Like, here you go home.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's a movie I'll watch. That would be a great thriller, Cocaine Bear style.
Yeah.
Just Bebe's kids with guns on the freeway.
Yeah. I mean, or it can be a, you know, another addition to The Hangover or something like that. Like, that just sounds like a scenario that would be in a Hangover movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tubi. That definitely, somebody picked that up and recreated it.
That should be a Tubi movie right there.
Yeah.
Of course, again, based on a true story.
All right.
Yes.
We're gonna. Anybody else want to say anything about the Carlee Russell situation, or we just move on? Pretty much. All right. Let's go to the next topic. Before we get into the C, the A, the V, the E, I also want to talk about which I was originally going to put into the entertainment section, the E, but we can go ahead and talk about it right now. I want to get it, go ahead and get the ball rolling on it. The actors and the writers striking. Blaze Belushi, if you want to put your opinion on it, I'll say I'll wait till everyone else talks before I speak on it.
All right. The quick soundbite is, of course, I support the writers and actors, and it's dirty, some of the conditions that are coming to light. Writers' rooms used to be 10 deep, but because of streaming, they'll hire one person to lay out like the story for a season, hire the minimum wage, let them go, and then bring in the name writer to polish the dialogue, and then say, oh, we got, so-and-so to write the story, and bill it on that. The actors, somebody let it leak that the day before the strike kicked in, background actors were offered a full day's pay to show up and not even do a scene, but just kind of talk and say words, to be 3D scanned so they could be used continually as background actors in perpetuity with no royalties or no further payment or credit. And all they get is one day's pay. But then every crowd scene is just automatically done from now on.
Wow.
So an entire profession gone because you want one day's pay before a strike, where you can't get paid. They're going dirty with it.
So some of the background actors actually signed off on it. Like, they actually said, okay, and did it.
I heard there was the offer. I haven't heard from anybody that did. I'm pretty sure nobody would admit to it if they had, especially selling out for that damn dirt cheap, because one day pay for a background actor is about what you get one day pay at Food Lion.
Oh, hell no.
So, I mean, nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? You're not gonna say you did an OnlyFans and made $10.
Guess what?
Right? Like, if you sell out and end up in debt, you don't mention it. It's just a very, very quiet thing.
I mean, I didn't.
Am I wrong?
I just go ahead and before doing that, I just put my feet on Feet Finders, like, or something. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, you've already heard of, with the de-aging technology, they've got the scans for a lot of the top actors, and I mean, you see what people do as a joke in their basement with the AI, having like Frank Sinatra sing "Get Low" by Lil Jon or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's even in music, it's weird where everybody fought for their rights 5 years ago, and now everybody's selling their whole catalog because it's absolutely worthless.
That's crazy. But I'll say this, like, what the thing as far as the AI with the preserving, what they did that with Gemini Man with Will Smith. They brought him back as his 16-year-old self, and that was kind of the beginning of it. But as far as the artists, I noticed that even though they got all the AI stuff going on, but nothing will ever top dope ass music and live music. That's not going nowhere. So it's like AI can only do so much.
We hope.
I know for a fact. Like,
well, there's a story that, about the guy that plays Zordon on the Power Rangers. He only did one. They only used him once.
Wow! And each Zordon episode was.
He makes more from photo shoots with fans than he did for the whole series.
Wow.
How do I get that job?
but the messed up thing is, though, he doesn't keep getting paid, though. They only paid him for that one time.
Then he signed off on that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Power Rangers was notoriously bad business. Nobody got paid from that on the acting side.
Wow.
Because the actors didn't do a single fight scene. You know that, right? All that footage was from an old Japanese show that they just stitched together because they didn't want to pay for anything.
Yeah, Super Sentai.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, Super Sentai is the name. It's actually the original name of it.
Stan Lee tried to buy it, but Marvel was bankrupt at the time.
Yeah, actually, the lady that Rita Repulsa obviously was a voiceover, but the original actor like Michiko, she passed away. But yeah, and you can tell that in the original original footage, all even the Pink and the Yellow Ranger were dudes for the stunt for those fight scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also getting back on the strike and stuff too. Although of course, mostly everybody stands with the actors and writers, but I just want to say, and I know I'm gonna get some flack in the comment section. And it's not like I'm supporting the corporations and the big studios or anything like that, but it's like the studios, the big dogs. It's like you see that they're not really making the money like they used to. Like everything's streaming services are killing the movie industry. The internet's killing it. Nobody's even like a lot of these big budget films aren't even breaking even, and I think they're just trying to find ways to cut corners. Of course, actors and writers should get paid, what they owe, get paid for their, for their talents. But at the same time, I think the Hollywood business model has to change because it's like it's too many things going on. It's like the streaming. How does somebody get paid for streaming? How are they going to cut that up?
They don't.
They from an artist, they cut it that you don't get paid nothing. Like what's a third of a penny per stream?
But that's why the actors are striking. I mean, it's one of the reasons why they're what they're talking about though, is that they want to get paid for streaming too. They want to get paid for streaming. They want to get paid for all these other things, but it's like, how do you calculate that? How do you, measure that?
And that's sadly the data that they never release from like Netflix and everything, where they just say what their top 10 is, but never tell the views. And I don't know if you guys saw these quotes, but pretty much the entire cast of Orange is the New Black, which was their first big hit, still had a day job through the whole run of the show.
Wow.
Because they would get paid like maybe $300 a week. Like some of them lost money because they spent more traveling to and from the gig than they actually got paid.
Wow.
And it was supposed to get the residuals to make up for it. Hell, even what's his name? Stephen S. DeKnight, showrunner from Daredevil season 1, never saw a penny after the show, and he has a lawsuit going now because he expected that from Netflix. But once it's sold to Disney, they're doing the same shit and not paying.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden he's like, well, I know it has value because you paid X amount of dollars for the show. I, ran the whole first season, wrote the scripts, directed it.
Yeah. But that's also why I say the business model needs to change.
It absolutely does. And that's the sad thing is both sides have a point there in that it's really bad timing for the strikes, but the strikes are mandated by the length of the contract from the last deal. So this should have hit during like 2020 when everything moved to streaming, when it was first that Wild West. But consumer habits have changed. Like people do not go to the movies the same. Every blockbuster movie I saw had more empty seats than filled. So, I mean, everybody got spoiled on everything. They want it when they want it, and they want it at home, and they don't want to pay for it. Like, even live music, there is a tend to worry and to watch all this because, you know, what's to stop Spotify or whoever else from getting a little shadier with their numbers that already don't add up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but the beauty about that is now artists are wising up. But being that I'm a music deity, I do literally everything. I get paid from all angles. But the artist is the shittiest end of the stick you can have. They are the least paid part of the music industry. The songwriter is the most paid. So I do everything. But as far as my artist side, they're wising up pretty much. Shout out to E-Legends, Dave Bristyles. They're doing direct to consumer now. You don't. It's 8 billion people on the planet. I can guarantee you at least 1 million fuck with me. That's all I need. I don't gotta have to be Michael Jackson. And if I got my shit on my own website, come buy my shit for not 99 cents, however much I say, that is what it is. You don't have to have Spotify. I'm actually about to not share any more of my Spotify links or none of that. Fuck Spotify. So it's like, that's what the artist Tory Lanez had dropped a lot of gems. I shared that on my wall. Like now you can go direct to consumer. There's no middleman. Now that's why a lot of artists big artists are trying to get out of their contracts. That's what happened with Megan Thee Stallion, and that's what J and B were buying up a lot of artists' catalogs, getting them out of their janky contracts because they weren't making no money.
Oh, right. A lot of the contracts are designed to fail.
Yeah.
And direct to consumer is interesting, but at the same time, there is that pushback of how many people will follow there versus how many are comfortable paying just for $15 a month for Spotify and just give me all the music.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Like every artist did that. Like I'm not shutting down your argument. I'm just saying in theory, like you can put up a Facebook post that gets 100 likes. Maybe 10 of those actually listen to or go to the link you post and actually read through it. Out of that 10, maybe 1 or 2 takes the action. So, I mean, even if you have like 1 million plays on Spotify, like if, Kanye did his direct to consumer, but he lost a lot of people. Not everybody's going to make that jump. So that's really the problem right now, is more the fan base and consumer and breaking their habits where they're used to going to YouTube and listening to everything free, for example, or catching the bootlegs or.
Well, I'll say this. I will say this as a rebuttal to say that there's money to be made. I worked at Walgreens overnight, and what I learned is that if a college student will pay $12 for a $2 pack of gum for Uber Eats, it's money. People got money to throw.
Oh, I'm saying there's still money. I'm saying it's just you got to watch the habits of where people are going. And so that's interesting to watch all this because, even starting out, not everybody is going to go to everybody's website for everything they want. That's why Amazon exists. You don't want to go to a website for a lamp and then another one for dog food and then another one for a light bulb at the end of the day.
Right, but that's why I was saying
convenience is what you're fighting against.
Right, but at the same time too, my point is doing the actual footwork and market research. I've done this for about a decade. It's finding your tribe. That's the thing. If you putting your stuff in front of the people that want it, that's all that matters.
Right, exactly. And that's again the argument with the Spotify's and everything of why people get the deals in the first place, try to get that 1 or 2 album for the promotion. Because, if you're just starting out, everybody thinks, oh, I'll do it independent. Well, no, if 50 kids every day tell you to check their website, you don't do it.
Yeah, but no, it's like you said. Yeah, I mean, it's a method to the madness and there's levels to it, and that's what me being an indie artist and record label owner I put in the actual work, and I actually took the time to sit back and learn the business side of social media and how it actually works and how algorithm works and things like that, to come back and be able to say that yeah, it's not people, because a lot of people think through DistroKid and a lot of these distribution um places, platforms, oh, I'm gonna upload my song, I'm gonna be viral overnight and not put no work in. Nobody knows you. It don't work like that.
Right.
Because nobody knows you. So
Mhm.
that's where it comes into marketing, paid
Yes.
promotions, all the things that to get people to know you, boosting your SEO, taking the time to invest in building your brand, growing your following. I grew my following on Instagram from 0 to 1K followers strictly posting content. I never did follow for follow, like for like. That's corny to me. I so what that taught me was, if I can get 1,000 people to fuck with me on the strength of being me, I have nothing to prove to nobody.
Oh yeah. Also, too, I want to say, Samuelli Leon also worked with some guy named Jay, worked with the Media Blast PR as well to get more
Hey,
publicity.
hey, turn up. Yeah, yes. I will say again, this is exclusively my PR guy. Of course, he has business with other folks, but that's my PR guy. That's like my Johnny Cochran right there.
So you heard it first. You know,
Nice.
hey, get with the all
Way
the
to slip
artists.
that in there. Way to slip that in there.
Yes, yes. So we'll keep this going.
Yes, he's got me on countless platforms. I've been mentioning Superstar Magazine, Dead Manny, Waka Flocka Magazine. I've been on countless blogs. He's the reason behind all the footwear that goes into me getting verified on Insta. Like, yeah, he that dude.
Thank you, thank you. So for everybody, for all the artists that's listening, you want some more publicity, holler at the Media Blast PR, myself, Jonathan Coleman. If you want some more placement, some more publicity, more exposure, you know, get with us. I also want to say for everybody that's streaming right now, click the love button, click the like button, share it to all your people, share it to all your friends. We need this.
I did.
Yes,
Hey,
yes. Oh yes, true indeed. And also shout out to Kid Grove checking out on the Twitch. He said,
ex-
It's Kid Groove.
yeah. Yes, hey kid, you are very, very right. People will pay for what they want, and it's quality over quantity. If you have something, a product that's the undeniable, that's it. That's all it is. Like, so I understand.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I also want to get back to the writer's strike and all that too. Right quick before we move on to the C in the cave. The writers, of course, we know that the business model needs to change. Um, Actors want to get. We already know why the actors and the writers are fighting. But now we also like I said, the big corporations, the big studios have a point. You know, it's kind of like asking your boss for a raise. You know, when they're laying people off, it's bad timing. I mean, where's the money coming from to pay everybody? You know, and I also want to add this in too. Uh, the the people don't really care. I mean, now we talk about it because we're in the business to a degree, you know. And many of the people that follow the cave and the media blast, they're also people who are, they be actors in Tubi movies and things like that. So it interests us, but the regular people just living their lives, they don't care about none of this, you know. And they get all the movies that they have, which is understandable. But the studios, the actors, everybody need to realize this too. Nobody cares. Like people can go on TikTok if they want their entertainment fix. You know, they can go on a live stream like we're doing now. There are people out there who have live streams who get more views than some of these independent movies do. And there's some people who have there's inst- there's people who are on Instagram who have bigger followings than big Hollywood actors. That's where we're at right now. You know, movies aren't just, they're not what they used to be. You know, regardless of what the type of movie it is. When you go into a recession, nobody wants to save actors in Hollywood. Nobody cares about that. They want to know where their meal's coming from. You know?
Exactly.
Right. And hell, to your point, the last writers' strike is what led to the rise of podcasts and, you know, like reality TV second wave of just explosion. You know, they filled the gap real quick. And they never quite got that ground back.
Exactly. And now
but that was just the writers, and now both at the same time, which hasn't happened since 1960. It's going to be a mess.
But what I've learned as well, and like I said, I can already just I have a great deal of just awareness and discernment of how trends work and where things are going when it comes to just arts and acting and all of that. People, the general pop is just gonna be watching Tubi and the shit that they like. Nobody has to. Hollywood is kind of dead. Nobody's going. Me personally, it's like the people who set the trends are, you know, that's the cool kids club. It's not. It's what you want. It's not. My thing is not to get a Grammy. I want to get a placement on Fortnite. That's my Grammy, and I don't give a fuck about a Grammy. Like. It's been so many very talented artists that are in, you know, that spend their life for Oscars and all these things, and they discriminate against the talent, and people are wising up to that, and they're going where they're loved at, and it's all about, at the end of the day, your fans. The world is your stage. That's who I'm catering to, and that's what I do it for, and that's who I'm going to directly connect with. And those are my accolades in itself.
Yeah. You know, and going back to Hollywood being dead, I remember the you know, like the last Hollywood strike that happened back in, what was it, 2008 maybe? Or no, it was like, what you said the year? Yeah.
I think it was 8.
2008. It was around that time. Like back then, like aspiring writers and aspiring actors and things like that, they would not dare send anything to a studio because they didn't want to get blackballed. You know, they wanted to get, if they weren't a SAG-AFTRA member already, they wanted to become a union member, so they didn't want to mess up their chances. Now in 2023, you got actors and people saying, fuck SAG. I don't care. I'm gonna just shoot something in my backyard.
Exactly. and they have the audience and the fan base that will fuck with them regardless.
Yes. Like this new crop of directors and stuff, they don't care. Like I see in these other platforms, these other podcasts, these other Facebook groups, directors, filmmakers who are not union members, they're like, we're gonna build our own Hollywood. Let them figure it out. You know,
exactly.
Yeah. Been quiet over there on this topic. I know you're waiting for the anime.
No, actually, I agree with all y'all, because like Sam was saying, yeah, people are going where, you know, their talent is recognized. Like the biggest thing that I keep seeing on Facebook is like Angela Bassett hasn't won, what was it, an Oscar or yeah, and people were mad.
I swear, I don't swear, but that was literally in my head. I was just about to say, I said that's absolutely fucking disgusting that she didn't get an Oscar for Wakanda Forever.
No, she didn't get it for nothing.
Nothing.
Not Tina. Not even the made-for-TV movie where she was Michael Jackson's mama. What is it? The American Dream.
American Dream.
Yes.
Like that is to me that is disgusting.
Because they are talented, but if you notice, the Hollywood and I'm sorry, Blaze, I know you are of the pale people, but Hollywood has always been whitewashed. And we know that. We
And
saw that.
but that's the thing. That's what I was getting into when I was saying discrimination. A lot of the artists are wising up. Like we are the fucking wave. So
Mhm.
we set the trends, and we always have. So the thing about it, a lot of these artists and actors and dope talented folks are like, fuck this. Like
Mhm.
we about to do our own shit because y'all don't fuck with us anyway.
Yeah, they're going overseas and they're doing movies over there. A lot of the indie films, they're
Yes,
going where they are appreciated, and I get that.
exactly.
I'm not
And
going to
that,
stay somewhere where I'm not wanted. Like you don't want me in your house, deuces. Okay,
Deuces, exactly, exactly. And you know, I just talked to I'm really getting into like deep discussions with that. It's so crazy. You wouldn't believe what the number one export exported good in the U.S. is. What? It's not a trick question. I mean, I'm gonna tell you anyway. But because we get everything from China, so it's not we get everything imported. What our export is,
People.
our number one export. No, no, no.
Celebrity and
Go ahead. What are you saying, Brian?
celebrity or culture.
Black music.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's enough fucking said with that. Like, and the thing about it is, that's why you have with Beyonce when she broke off and she did Renaissance, she funded her own shit because she got tired of people trying to tell her what to do.
Hmm.
You know, like that. I like it, but and a lot of other artists are following suit and just are just unapologetically being them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Queen Bee could have went down on them prices though, just a little bit. Them ticket prices. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I was about to sell some stuff to go see her. No, I wasn't.
but from what I heard though, like I said, I never been to a concert or whatever, but from what I did hear, they say yes, her concerts are high as all get out, but you get a show. You get a
But
show.
that kind of money. Honestly,
Yeah.
that kind of money, I really wish Prince was still alive because I would pay that money to see
Yeah.
Prince.
Mike,
Michael Jackson.
the only person I would really pay money to see like that, it was Mike.
Yes, Michael Jackson, because everybody always said he knew how to put on a show from the time you sat down to the time you got up. He was there.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, I think in closing on this segment of it, I just want to say that the business model has to change, and if it doesn't, we're going to be seeing a new Hollywood. We're going to see a bunch of new Hollywoods. One in Detroit, North Carolina, with the DC1 films. One in especially a place like Atlanta. Nobody cares about becoming a SAG member anymore.
Yeah, it usually, like I said, I promise that used to be the thing. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a Grammy. Ooh, I'm gonna get a this. Nobody really don't care. I'm gonna get a Moon Man. All that stuff. Nobody do not give zero fucks about that no more. Like it's about your craft being appreciated and your message and art getting manifested and released to the world and to the people that appreciate it.
Exactly. Indeed. Anybody want to say one last thing on that before we move on? Or? Okay, all right. I guess not. For everybody that's listening, everybody that's viewing, definitely share this out. Join the C.A.V.E Facebook group. If you're streaming from Twitch, join us on the Media Blast. If you're on the Media Blast, check out the Twitch page. We're definitely getting the numbers growing everywhere. We're going to keep these discussions going only if y'all want to. So if you guys, we're doing this because y'all said y'all was feeling it. Y'all flooded the inbox, flooded the blogs. So yeah, we want to keep it going.
Hey.
So you know how we do this. We do the topics in order. The C, comic books. The A, anime. The V, video games. The E, entertainment. We got some more things we'll say about the entertainment part. So starting off with the C, and you know, I
Oh,
believe.
well, I guess let me throw that in there since we on the entertainment part. I'm
No,
going
no,
to
no,
throw
no,
that.
not yet.
Oh, 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 not yet, not yet. Okay,
We're
okay.
on the C. We're on the C.
Got you. Okay.
Yes, we just started. 'Cause- oh man, because you know we talk.
Yeah, no, no,
So,
no. I thought because we were talking about the Hollywood, I thought we kind of segued into E a little bit. But okay, I get it now.
yeah. All right, for the C, comic books. Me and Blaze talked about this a little behind the scenes, but I'm gonna start it off with CBR, Comic Book Resources, the website, and websites like CBR are pretty much they're laying people off. They're losing ad revenue. They're not getting the sponsorship like they used to, uh, and they're dying now. The nerd journalism is dying. I mean, well, in that regard, but it's popping in other areas. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But Blaze, what is your thoughts on that? Now, follow up.
Man, the layoffs were new to me. It got swept up on the sites I was reading by the Disney layoffs and some of the even bigger ones. But I'm with you. The journalism has been slipping lately. Maybe it's the fact that they realize the content's about to slow down, so they're trying to stretch every theory into a whole article when it's a 2-sentence theory at best. And a lot of repeat articles, but I'm curious to see what happens with them if they start covering, say, more indie stuff, or if they just fall to the wayside. Because we've seen a lot of them come and go over the years, even from the first superhero wave in the early 2000s of Spider-Man and X-Men. You know, Harry Knowles used to be a name.
You know, I believe the reason why it's dying. Well, one of the reasons why places like Nintendo Direct, you know, they give their information directly to their fans. They don't. I mean, there's no reason to give articles or give interviews to all these other places when they have a bigger following than the trade or the magazines, things like that. So when instead of going to an well, I know Electronic Gaming Monthly is gone, but instead of giving your information to a place like Electronic Gaming Monthly to say, hey, this new Mario game is coming out, you can just release it straight off your YouTube page. I mean, they release it straight off their YouTube page and get everybody excited for it, you know? Same thing like they did with the movie trailers when the Mario movie was coming out.
Yeah.
Most of the information that was coming out was on Nintendo Direct. It wasn't in Variety magazine, you know, these movie magazines like that.
And that's kind of entertainment as a whole. Even musicians, same thing, will announce their album themselves or do a sneak release. You know, they don't need Rolling Stone to come and fly out for a week and follow them around.
Exactly. But you know what I do think that the magazine, like the indies, could benefit from it more than the mainstream people. You know, because there's still people that want to know what other people are doing, and they may not know to follow some of the smaller names. So just so those people can get known more, I think I think like CBR should do more coverage on like yourself, Blaze. They need to do spreads on you, on your artwork and stuff like that. You know.
Absolutely, but at the same time, they need the name to, you know, like to take it back to magazine terms. You know, you need the cover story for people to read about the indie guys.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So it's like a catch.
You know, like the Source used to have the unsigned hype and the little buzzes and stuff, but nobody bought it for that if it wasn't, you know, Jay-Z or Cool J or whoever was hot that decade on the cover.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, either way, it's they're going down.
It's going to be rough, and a lot of them were getting their money direct from the studios to do like the good reviews and plant the seeds that hey, maybe this movie isn't a stinker. Go check it out that opening weekend.
Whatever
So without content coming out, that's going to account for a lot of that ad revenue right there. Yeah. And then hell, if the movie that made $1 billion makes 200 million, people really aren't going to give a shit how many clicks the article about it gets, for their ad revenue. They're going to be like, nah, I'm going to go advertise on whatever the fuck else happened this month.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Kisha, what do you think about that? Now, do you?
Well, I was just.
What? Like CBR and stuff like that?
I mean, not really. I was actually just going to comment, like, I remember growing up when, Siskel and Ebert were on TV, every Saturday telling us about what movies were good and what movies were bad. Yes, I just told my age again, but still.
Yeah. What now, I mean, a lot of these YouTubers do better reviews than some of these. They do. TV.
More in depth, more, relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I'm more inclined to listen to somebody that's on YouTube saying, "Hey, this movie is awesome, and here's why," and they give like 5 different, at least 5 reasons. I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You must change it. I mean,
definitely. The entertainment industry as a whole, as a collective, is being revolutionized. Things are especially this generation, this wave of kids. They're not trying to go and be doctors and lawyers. They want to be content creators and stuff like that, because that's the wave. Like, you have. The world is your oyster, as long as you got something dope for somebody to look at. Cause
yeah, indeed. Moving away from CBR and stuff like that. Blaze, you got anything else you want to say about the those kind of sites? Because I know you and I check those, like CBR and stuff out.
I mean, it's going to be what it is, and it's going to follow where the culture is, too. And right now, it's all a bit of the fatigue, so it's kind of hard to just pick on the sites for sounding checked out when the whole bread and butter of the industry itself is, too. Feels like making fun of a sport reporter when they're covering a bad game.
I'm just going to say, these still cannot be the same children that Whitney said was our future. I saw a post. No, real talk, I saw a post the other day. Somebody screenshot it or something. I don't know. It might have been a meme, but it literally said, I didn't know he used to make music. And it was talking about LL Cool J. Like, he did something. You saw that?
No, I'm going to tell you something that was just so sad. It was so sad to me. It really was that Erykah Badu went to a high school. Nobody knew who she was.
Oh, my God.
That was like, I was
the
like,
teachers knew though, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the teachers did, but the students did not know, and that really like hurt my heart. Like,
it's ridiculous. No. I ran into a group of kids, and 2 of them were wearing Nirvana shirts, and I started just under my breath humming a song, and they looked at me weird, and I'm just mentioned the song name. They blinked, and I was like, "You don't know Nirvana?" And they literally pointed to where it came in different colors. No, they thought Nirvana was a brand name. They thought it was just a clothing brand that was popular. Yeah, they thought it was Black Craft or some shit for the hipsters.
Wow.
They legit thought it was like some vintage brand you couldn't find anymore.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. At that.
But this is what hold on, Samuel. I want to say this is why I believe it's also like that. Not just because the kids are just young and dumb, but I want to say this: when we were young, right? We actually knew what our parents were into. right? We actually knew some of
Right.
those old actors, some of those old bands, some of those stuff that predated us. But the kids now don't know. But this is why I think so. Is because when we were coming up, there were only so many outlets for entertainment. You know, you had television, movie, magazines, newspapers. That's it. Now, kids are growing up with TikTok. They know who the TikTok stars are, but they don't know who's on TV. You got kids
Right.
nowadays going, what? You know, they know who's on the iPad, but they don't know who's in the magazine. You know, and I think with it having so many broad mediums and outlets and things, this is why kids aren't familiar with some of the oldies. You know, we knew the oldies because there's only but so many stations you could listen to. Now kids
Yeah.
don't even, you know, so it's like it's no pipeline to feed them this classic stuff. You know.
And then you have
And you
you know.
appreciate.
Go ahead, Brian. I apologize.
Oh, all good. I was just gonna say, and the other thing is, you had to appreciate it more when you found something good like that back in the day. Like if you had a good album, you rode around with that album for like a year, and you were happy to tell people like, "This is the good shit. Stop listening to the Macarena." You know what I mean? So
You know?
at the end of the day, like if you knew the like shit before it was hot, like that was like power curating. Like being a DJ used to be a skill, not pressing a button on a Spotify playlist. Like you had to have the jam, not just know about the shit, but know where to find those rare breaks and shit.
Yes.
Yeah. But
You know, like hell, Coleman and I, when we first met, was over rare, like old 70s comedy references and shit that we would both
Yes.
laugh at, that everybody else just kind of raised an eyebrow, and we're like, you're a fucking idiot. This shit's cool.
Exactly. You know. But yeah, that's where it is. I think the internet, I mean, streaming, although I'm thankful for it, it's killing a lot of things. You know, it's like a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
It is, and it's ironic. You used to say, you know, if people just knew, you know, this information superhighway, all this information at your fingertips, and everybody's like, yeah, it's there. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Back to TikTok.
But I will say like this, like when the Macarena dropped, the Macarena was the wave. That was really the shit. But it was
For a week. Until they played it at every school dance for 9 years with the electric slide and Achy Breaky Heart or whatever other song was school safe.
But every time the electric slide comes on, you do the electric slide, don't you?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Nope.
You know, but
Protest.
but I'll say this too. Then you have, like I said, there's always an exception, but I can say this too. There is hope. I'll say shout out to my daughter because she threw me off because she's actually a Michael Jackson fan, and I'm like, how do you know about Michael Jackson? And she found them on YouTube herself.
Oh.
And she's been a Michael Jackson fan since she was like 5 or 4.
Nice.
And I was like, that's so wild to me. Like,
wait, how old is she now?
She's 12.
Oh, yay! Even better. Train them up right.
Yeah, but it's so crazy. It's so crazy because that's not something that was all her. I didn't teach her that. But the thing about, I mean, I'm in her, but. Yeah, that really like blew my mind. I'm like, girl, what you know about Michael Jackson? But yeah, she knew.
That's the one thing about our children. Our children are sponges, and I realized that with both of my kids. We were watching, Dragon Ball, and then my son comes home from school one day, and he's like, "Mommy, we have to watch Dragon Ball Z." I'm like, what do you know about Dragon Ball Z? So that's how we got started. Because, you know, I'm like, okay, we're going to watch this. And then when they get a little bit older, Christian was like, I want to say he was like 7 or 8 at the time. He's like, we have to watch Dragon Ball Z. And he was just so serious. We have to.
That's
Okay.
good. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm OG Dragon Ball Z, like, ZGT, Cell
Mhm.
Saga,
Oh yeah.
Frieza Saga, all of that. But I cannot, for the life of me, get into Super. I hate it. I feel like
Mm.
I feel like it's utterly it's how okay if it's how they did the Matrix Revolutions to me.
It
Like
is.
Reloaded was good. Reloaded was good. Revolution was horrible because it's like they rushed it and crammed everything imaginable in the lore in there, and you like what the fuck, and then it ended abruptly. Like
Mhm.
that's what to me. That's what they did with Super. They needed to break those the blue Saiyan, the Goku Black, and those need to be different sagas
They
versus
did.
just cramming
Or have
all
their
the
own movies.
or cramming all the multiverse in
Oh,
one
side note.
fucking yeah. That's crazy. That's too.
Yeah,
It's too much. It's too much. The female Saiyans need to be a saga of their own.
They
You
do.
know, yeah, like they need to break it up versus cramming everything. Like for
yeah.
example, how they did. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I know the energy's flowing, man. I love this conversation. But we got. I want to get the next thing on the item, and we're gonna go to.
Okay.
We're gonna get to anime. We're gonna get on the anime. Anime's after this, actually.
Okay.
Definitely. She's just like, come on, bring on the anime, man. I wanted to briefly talk about Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, of course, she died in the comic books when she was killed in Spider-Man and the recent issue of Spider-Man, and they brought her back as a mutant, and she's going to be an X-Men, and that pissed off a lot of people. Um, and I wanted to know if anything in the panel. I know Blaze Belushi, you familiar about this? What's going on?
Uh, all right, so it's another legacy reboot. We're used to it. I think the mutant twist is actually good. I'll give credit where it's due. I think Inhumans was just a failed experiment when they did not own the X-Men rights. And they did it in the books because they did not want to give Fox any leverage. So any X-Men story they could use, they threw to Inhumans. So I think that is a good course correct, and Marvel has a history of doing that with crossovers and relaunches. I think it's a little grosser that they relaunched it to give the writing to the actress that plays Miss Marvel, who flat out admits she's never written anything in her life and is getting writing credit as to have a stunt writing credit. Just like we were saying about the streamers, where somebody else is ghost writing it and she just says, wouldn't it be cool if they go pow, and then her name's on the book.
The same thing that happened with the woman who wrote the Matrix that the Wachowski with brothers stole it from. Like that was crazy. That was the same that goes into like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's but yeah, I believe that they're doing this because of course now they're trying to push the Marvels, the MCU trying to push the Marvels movie because there's no enthusiastic. Blah, blah, dang, the brain's turning to mush. There's no excitement about the upcoming Marvels movie. And I think this is a marketing thing, and I don't know. What do you
I don't think it'll help the movie. I think it's more just trying to get the publishing line to turn a profit again because it's another series that's just kind of languished lately.
That part.
Because even when the movie's made $1 billion, the books have not seen anything near that in years, like well over a decade. Like the top selling book now, if it gets like 100,000 sold, Marvel would have wiped their ass with those numbers and canceled it in the 90s, back when Jim Lee sold 6 million copies of one book. But yeah, it's more about just the synergy of, hey, we got the actress to write it, just like when they'd get like Joss Whedon to write an X-Men book or whatever for that name attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We all know it's all
Um,
about the mighty dollar.
Yeah.
Or the attempt at it, at least.
Hmm. But I think people are more or less tired of it. There's no original storylines. Like, there's only so far they can go. Like, you done killed off all of our favorite superheroes. But where else is there to go? How many times can you tell, the Batman story or the Superman story or anybody? And then bringing back, Ms. Marvel. Well, then shoot, bring back Iron Man. How about that? I'm sick of y'all. I am sick of y'all. Bring Iron Man back. Right? I can't be the only one that's mad about that still. I know Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to play Iron Man anymore, but bring him back. Like, he can live on in the universe somewhere else. Robert Downey Jr. could retire, and just in our heads, we can know Iron Man is out there still saving the world and being an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to touch more on the MCU when we on the E part, because I know shout out to Ricky Tikki Tavi in the Facebook Jarvis in the Facebook group, the case who brought up superhero fatigue, and I definitely want to touch on that. But now let's move on to the A part of the acronym, anime. And actually, Kisha. Oh, Samuel, also check your inbox right quick on Facebook. But Samuel.
Okay. You said check. You said check my inbox on Messenger.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. Kisha, you can lead us in the anime discussion.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw my shirt.
Yeah, I got the same.
But yeah, I haven't watched any. Like, honestly, the only thing that I have really been watching, like, my boyfriend, his favorite anime is, what is it, Ruby? Ruby? I probably said that wrong. I don't know. I was supposed to start watching that, but we ended up watching True Blood, so. But I do agree with you, Samueli, because Super seems like they were trying to bridge together. Either they were trying to bridge together GT with Z, like fill in that gap. Because if you remember in Dragon Ball, GT, it, like, everybody was grown. Trunks was grown. Gohan, Goten, all them, they were grown. So when they brought in Super, and they're still little kids, that seemed really off to me. I didn't know how to take that exactly.
Yeah.
And again, shameless money grab. Hey, people still love it. Let's put out another one.
Yeah, but then too, the younger generation, they don't know, like, so it's just like, to them it's the hottest thing, but I'm like, it's so corny, like, to me, like, but like, for example, we talking about OG Pokemon. I thought the first 150, that was cool. Then they added the next 100. Okay, baby Pichu. Okay, Togepi evolve. Ooh, but when they started adding all them 50-level Pokemon and make them talk, like Pikachu said his name, Meowth was the only talking Pokemon besides Mewtwo. Then all of them started talking. They started becoming ugly like Digimon, and I hated Digimon. So it was like I lost interest completely. And the same with Power Rangers. OG Power Rangers, by the time it got to the Ninjetti, Ivan Ooze, then Turbo, but when they started going in space and Beetleborgs and all that, VR troopers and all that, I was like, no.
Oh yeah, no. As far as the Pokemon, I would watch it when it was on TV, because that was one of those shows that was on when I came home from school. And it came on and nothing else was on, so I would watch it. But I never really got into the Pokemon until it was the game on my phone, the Pokemon Go. But I will say this: all of the adaptions and all of the like trading cards, and then they came out with the Silver series, the Gold series, the Pearl series, the Ruby. I'm like, y'all some
Yeah.
money hungry hoes. Like, just say that.
And then sun and moon and
Yes.
yeah.
Like, just say that. It's the same ones, but this one has, fire on its tail. This one doesn't.
Yeah. Then they started making like metal Charizard and they just got buck wild with it. Like
And I also want to say, like, now, and I know I'm not well versed in the anime like the two of you, but I do want to say with like Digimon, like with Pokemon, at least the evolutions made sense. But with Digimon, it was like a cockroach could turn into a man, and the man could evolve into a trash can. The trash can evolved into a bird. It's like,
yeah. I hated Digimon for the record. Like I could never get into Digimon at all.
But I did. I mean, coming up, I did like those knockoff Power Rangers though, like the Beetleborgs and stuff. And,
Yeah, I did. No, I did Beetleborg and Beetleborg Metallic. But when they started going into space and in the Lost Galaxy and like, no, I couldn't. I just couldn't get. But I was too old anyway. But yeah,
Mhm.
and then
Okay, I'm ashamed.
oh,
I'm
oh,
ashamed to admit
oh,
I'm a Mighty Morphin girl.
yeah, yeah, that OG. That's OG
Mhm.
when the Black Ranger was black and the Yellow
Yes.
Ranger was Asian. Yes.
When the Green Ranger was evil and he had everybody in a chokehold for 5 days. Come on now. Come on. You
Yeah,
can't beat
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
Tommy was that guy.
hmm oh, it's sad what happened to him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Lord.
Yeah, he was working, but he was working up until Pat. He was still doing shows and signings. I really wanted to meet him. That would have been really really dope.
Mm.
A cat became an angel. That's what they evolved.
Oh,
Yeah.
did it?
Now I know we're not on the G yet, but we're going to be moving on to the V, the video games. Uh, there's a game for the Switch called Nexomon. Have anybody heard of that?
Called what?
Nexomon.
Netsomon.
Nexomon.
Google.
Yeah, definitely check that out. I'm going to be I'm gonna stream that from the Switch. I know I want to do more um, retro games. This is a newer game, but this is one of the newer games that reminds me of a lot of the retro stuff. And it's like I never could get into Pokemon honestly, but Nexomon, like I'm loving that game. I'm loving it. Like it's like a not. It's a knockoff Pokemon.
Oh wow,
It's a
wow.
knockoff Pokemon, and I actually I'm addicted to it. My brother told me to play it. Just check it out, whatever. And after that I was hooked.
Okay, okay.
It looks interesting though. Like
Yeah.
I literally just Googled it. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. Does anybody remember in that same generation with OG Pokemon? Remember Monster Rancher?
mm.
Wait,
I remember the name, but not the game.
Yeah, Monster Rancher. No, it was a I guess an anime or whatever. It used to come on USA, the USA channel.
It had
with Street Sharks and Mortal Kombat,
Hmm.
the cartoon Street Fighter and all that.
That was during the time where they had the USA Cartoon Express. I think I know what you're talking about. A
Yeah,
little bit.
Double Dragon, all that.
it had one of the characters was an eyeball. It was like a big yellow thing, and it had a big eye.
Yeah, I believe so. And one looked like a duck or a Tamagotchi, which is who remember Tamagotchi, but it was a little character. It was, but they so big Pokemon because the name of the little duck looking thing was Mochi, and she only said her name, just like Pikachu.
Mm.
Yeah, I got to get up on anime, so next time we do a discussion, I can bring something to the table.
Yeah, but the copyright laws in Japan are bananas. They virtually have none. So that's why a lot of like games and stuff, they can like bite the lure, and the character is identical, but they change one little thing and it's okay.
See.
That's kind of like that Winnie the Pooh movie where he's a man killing people.
Oh yeah.
He's wearing a flannel shirt now. He can kill people. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Well, Kisha, what are you? Now I know last time you told us what you're watching. Have you caught up on your series, or are you on something new now, or where you at with your animes?
Well, unfortunately I have not caught up because school started for me 3 weeks ago. I signed up for summer semester, so I haven't had much free time. When I do, I've actually been watching. I'm trying to get through the series that I've already started. I started watching that Beavis and Butthead. Now season 2's out, the reboot.
Oh,
School Spirits also on Hulu. And me being me, because this is what I listen to when I'm doing homework. Fuller House, I started like letting it play in the background when I'm doing my homework.
On Netflix, Fuller House, I like that on Netflix. It's some cheesy family fun.
Mhm.
It is what it is. Cool. It's a little cool. Have it on in the background while you're doing other things.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the Forensic Files because before I would have Forensic Files just playing, and my daughter says, "Mom, that's just creepy." I'm like, "What? What's wrong with that?" She's like, "You're listening, and they're talking about dead people." I said, "Yeah, that's what happened." So, since I do my homework, I have my own little like workstation here in the living room. I put on Fuller House to appease the other people that live here.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Samuel, what anime are you currently indulging in?
To be honest, I'm so slacking on my anime bag. Like between running my own label, managing my 3 artists, working 2 freaking jobs, and everything else, I kind of like I'm more into video games now. But I've been told my god bro always puts me on to anime. I'm thinking I wanna watch um Hunter x Hunter. That's probably gonna be my next one. I'm gonna leave my hero alone because I want my daughter to have her own thing, and she kind of got into that on her own, so we can have something to talk about.
Okay, yeah. Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I watched the first couple of episodes of that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
When are they coming out with more? That's all I want to know. Like I have watched the entire thing at least 3 times. I'm just saying
Yeah,
because I need to know what happened.
I'm still on the first season, so I'm if it's new, I wouldn't even know. You know,
Well, what part did you leave off at, John?
I can't even really remember because I know when they're doing the little trial to become hunters, they're in a town. This is a while.
Yeah.
Well, I'm way behind it. They're in a town.
You are. I'm not going to give no spoilers, but just so you know, it's totally worth it to watch.
Yeah.
Get back on. Next time we do the panel, I'll finally have something to say about anime.
Got you. Hey, I look forward to that. That's what's up.
Definitely. Before we go to the video games, Blaze Belushi, I know you get quiet on anime, but everybody else get quiet on the comics. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I try one every now and then. I'm just not a fan of the art style. I try.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like I could do like the stuff that's borderline sometimes, but it's just I tune out. like almost instinctively.
I got you. Yeah, I'm
It reminds me of the no budget 80s cartoons we grew up on.
yeah, Astro Boy looking stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you something that's kind of like a fun fact. Being that I do have international fans, and like I've had some like a lot of talks with like people in Japan, and ironically I asked them like, do they watch anime, and they be like, no.
They watch American shit.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it's like they into like baseball, and yeah, it's kind of like a trade-off.
It's crazy how big baseball is over there.
Yeah, you know. But back to as far as the anime portion, like I actually have a song that I created called Oyasumi, and I was trying to get that as a placement on Sword Art Online season 3. But I'm still gonna pitch it to him. If I don't get it on there, I want to pitch it for like a Sonic game or something like that.
Okay, you got to figure it. We're gonna see what we can do.
Yes, sir.
Well, speaking of your music and speaking of video games and things like that, we're going to move on to the V. But to segue us into the V, we're going to play one of your songs, and it's called "Let's Go."
Hey.
So let's go.
Awesome.
Okay, something's not really. Let's try this again.
Awesome.
right. Samueli. Now this one, I know you produced it. More of an instrumental house music, video game fusion type track.
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Tell us what.
yeah. Actually, believe it or not, that that some track was created in like um 2014, and shout out to my co-producer, who's my cousin Arson. Me and him, like, he's produced, like, co-produced a lot of my projects, and he's a musical genius as well. And when we and him get together, that shit is just cosmic and explosive. I mean, we DM the same DNA, and I just was like, yo, I want to make this rave track. It was meant to be an instrumental from the beginning. So I was like, okay, well, let me infuse what I know. That's why I was like, okay, let me put these sounds here and do this with the coins and have these different breaks. And also too, I don't know, because we are OG Mario fans. Did you notice what the melody was from on the note
Yes.
progression? The Lost Levels. That
Yes.
that Egyptian, that na, 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 na. I thought about all of that when I did it, and then I was like, okay, this should be dope with guitar. I just like, yeah, I had like, I really was like, I want to take people on a mental trip and like a real eargasm with that, like how rave and house music is.
I thought it was hot. I liked it.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh yeah. That's from the Game Boy Mario, the Mario Land.
Yes,
You
the lost levels, where it's like you on a like this Egyptian level, and that's
Yeah,
where I got that melody from.
yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah, and it has spiders inside the temple and all that. I remember that level. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they ever run it back, I can pitch that and get a placement on a Mario game. I always think beyond just manufacturing the music just for listening. But I'm trying to get in wherever I can fit in. You know.
Yeah, because we got it like we talked about earlier in the program. I mean, these conventional ways are dead now. We gotta do other things, to keep yourself afloat as a musician, as an actor, as a creative.
Yes.
Yeah. Blaze Belushi. Now you
Yeah.
still pick up the mic, I know, right? You still.
Yeah, I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but writing again here and there.
Yeah, I feel
Overdue for a studio session.
definitely. Now I know that track is more of a house track, but could you see yourself spitting to a video game influenced track or a game sample?
Yeah, I've done a few over the years. I want to say there was a Castlevania sample on the It's Alive joint that Ty Brew produced, where it was me and Medic and Tenacious.
Dope. Okay.
But yeah, I always played with them even back when I produced. I used to sneak in a lot of the little 8-bit sound effects
Yes.
and stuff like that, and a lot of arcade references. When claiming my top spot, I'd refer to it as high score, and you don't have enough quarters to beat me.
Hey.
Stupid shit like that to play off the game reference.
Nice. Now I know recently, I believe you and Samueli, Blaze, you and Samueli been talking behind the scenes recently, ever since he made the post. Y'all considering working on anything, or is pretty much just kind of getting to know each other right now, sharing music? Where y'all at? Because
I'm still playing catch up. He sent me a catalog and a half.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't mad about it, bro. I was just talking to a girl at the time, and she's like, "Why your phone blowing up?" I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. Dude sending me a song." And then it blew up another 20 times, and she's like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" And I was like, "Bro, enough. Stop."
Oh wow.
But yeah, when you have messaged me, like I said, I work 2 jobs, so I'm like, okay, I seen the post, I hit like on your comment.
It was just funny timing when you hit me back. Like you sent the one with the link, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I told her, and then all of a sudden, like 20 more dings, and I'm like, I swear it's not how it looks. She's giving me the side eye, like we're not even through the first date, and you're looking at the other Tinder messages.
Oh no!
Wow.
So I still got some of your music to listen to, but I didn't want to hate it by listening right then.
Yeah, of course.
I'm losing the day.
Yeah, no, my like I was telling you,
I would have been a hater for sure.
Man, no, my whole thing on it was like, I was like, okay, I was like, okay, I know what I said for the show, but I was like, okay, well, I didn't know what kind of music you were into. I was like, well, let me try to send you my most versatile shit. But it still ain't all. It still ain't all of what I do. But you'll get some kind of idea of what I got going on.
I get it. You should see my art portfolio where it goes from graffiti to Nicktoons to realism to Jay and Silent Bob shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I didn't want you to think like, okay, oh, he only does video game shit. Oh, he only does this, man. I did. Speaking of Nirvana, I did a Smell Like Teen Spirit cover. Like I do all sorts of things.
Yeah, now
Okay, now I
Sammy
want to hear
Leon, just letting the audience know, yeah, he's very versatile. He's primarily a pop singer, but he could dip in all types of genres. And one of my favorite tracks from Samuelli Leon is Suavemente. Suavemente, that's one of his bangers right there. So
that's the big single, right?
That's the big single.
One on the link. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
Okay,
names blur together when you get 50 at a time.
Exactly. I was telling you, it's so crazy because I was telling you, like, in the message, I was like, well, dude, I was only giving you what you asked for. But then I said, I know I'm extra. I know I'm extra, but I'm a good extra.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and I didn't want you to leave hanging like, man, dude's like mean. And it was just like, no, I just don't have time to message right now without ruining my shit. Like, I'll talk to him in a day. He'll get it.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm not a car blocker. None of that. I get it.
Right. I was gonna say, if you're making love music and you ruin it, we gonna have a fight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As a matter of fact, I got hella shit to put in your, boo playlist, cheek clapping playlist. If you're making their playlist, like I got stuff for all the occasions. Shout out to my boo.
We'll go through another catalog run later this week.
I'm gonna need that playlist now. I'm kidding.
I'm telling you, I got it. You can ask Jonathan. I got it. I got it all. I told people like as my legacy, what I want to be known for is I made you dance or you got pregnant off my music. That's it.
Oh man, if you do a song and use the Tracy Morgan quote for the chorus, save me a verse from 30 Rock, where he just walk into the studio with a shirt off, look at the crowd and be like, somebody gonna get pregnant tonight. I'm getting somebody pregnant tonight. Exactly. That was his opening line on stage. Was like, I'm about to get somebody pregnant.
Yeah. Or Soul Plane when Joffrey was like, by the end of the flight, everybody will be pregnant. That yeah.
And be like, let me get off the plane.
Now, Samuel, I also want to say, and you guys see it at the ticker below, there's two things I want to plug right quick. Of course, I have the independent game dev studio, Coleman Interactive Studios, and one of the first projects that we're coming out with is the video game based on the movie Glory Mountain, based off the Tubi movie Glory Mountain, in collaboration with the producer of Glory Mountain, Felicia Rivers of Geechee One Films. Um, I'm still working on that, still programming. It takes a lot of work, and I don't have that much time, honestly. But when I get a chance to work on it, I do, and it's coming. I done messed up some stuff, got to reprogram stuff, and it's a mission. But it's still coming out regardless. And I also want to say to all the musicians that's listening, and of course, Blaze and Samuel, we talked about it. You and I talked about it, but Blaze, you're welcome to too. Any artists want to submit tracks to upcoming video games that we're going to be working on through Coleman Interactive, that's your game placement right there. Whatever we got to work out, whatever we want to do, we'll talk about it.
Me. Yeah, I'm definitely on that. I'm on that right there. Like,
definitely. Oh yeah, shoot. Maybe for Glory Mountain, Yeah, while we're working on it. Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and also at the bottom, shout out to Ryan White, Slow Chemical. Remu Entertainment dropped a comic book by the name of Civilized Savage. It's available on Google. It's available on Indie Planet. Just various, different places that you can get it. But primarily Indie Planet, primarily the Google Play store for the books. Definitely get it. But another reason why I'm bringing it up, aside from them being one of the sponsors, is that Samuelli Leon is on the soundtrack. Samuelli Leon is on the track.
Hey, yes, shout out. Yes, the track is called Backup, and it's pretty much it's all original music. I produced it, wrote it, all of that. Which I'm gonna tell people. Fun fact about me: 98% of my music is freestyle. I do one take, and I just do it. But it comes out so together that I got to go back and listen and write my lyrics down.
It's a good way to catch the flow.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's already done. It's already a finished song.
No. I'm saying freestyling it out is a good way to keep it in the pocket, because otherwise you can write it out and realize I got too many syllables there. I've seen people do that and try to drop a word here or there and tweak it, and they just over micromanage it.
Yeah, but it's always so organic and just concise, and like I said, I just thank the Most High for a gift like that, because I don't take it for granted, because that's not something easy to do. Yeah.
It's a skill.
Yes, it's definitely a gift to just go in the booth and just body a whole track that you never wrote. It's like the information just downloading into your brain and come out your mouth, and it's a hit. That's I call it Tupac syndrome. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, before we play the next song from Samuel,
Yes, sir.
What video games are you playing right now?
Yeah, I'm playing Fortnite. Yeah, that's like my go-to staple. And I play with my daughter. I play with, my in-laws and just different things. With shout out to Just Garage, like I got a business meeting going on with getting into sync licensing and getting. He has a placement on Fortnite. He about to really like put me on and show me how to do that. And I really that's like my next big thing. I got my verification badge on Insta, but so my next immediate goal is I want a placement on Fortnite. I want an emote, and I want emote and a skin on Fortnite. Then that's when I'm gonna do it.
Definitely, it's possible.
But other video games, Streets of Rage 4, Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter, Tekken, anybody can get to work. I play chess, mahjong. I got like 116 games. As a matter of fact, my handle is swag never spray on right there. That's also that's my slogan. So if you ever hear that, anybody's copy that, that's me. That was always been my slogan since I was like 14. Samuelli Leon, swag never spray on. So that's, my swag is not spray on. It's innate. It's exude out my pores. So it's just something you have. It's a je ne sais quoi. But yeah, all fans, you want to fuck with me? PlayStation, swag never dash spray on. That's good. And yeah, I got 116 games with nobody to play them with. So like that.
Who do you fight as on Mortal Kombat?
You can get to work with Scorpion, Kitana, Jade, and Melina. I'm gonna spam the down kick on your ass. I spam the.
You don't use any of the licensed characters on the new one, like the RoboCop or Joker or nobody?
No, I haven't yet. It's not that I'm not open to it. I just didn't yet.
If you do well with Jade and Katana Melina, try Jokers. Similar fluid movement.
Got you. Okay, I'm definitely gonna put that.
Which Mortal Kombat is this?
This 11.
The new one, 11, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, Joker moves fluid, but he's got the distance with the guns and the prank bombs and shit. So it's a real good balance.
Okay, cool.
Now I know I must buy it because the last one I bought was 10.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, 12's coming.
Yeah, well, one is coming. One is coming. What happened was,
because they relaunched the spoiler from the end of the last story, right?
Yeah, last story. Yeah, everybody, with Chronica and all that, Liu Kang is Elder God now.
Oh.
So now they ran it back. Time went back in reverse, and it started from the beginning. Whereas as Liu Kang as Elder God instead of Raiden.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to get up on my video games then.
Yeah, but I'm a Tekken. Like my game though, when it comes to fighting games, Tekken. I'm Tekken all day.
I like you.
Well, glad you got to back up when I stomp you at Mortal Kombat.
Hey,
I won't feel as bad now.
If y'all can figure out a way to play against each other and get the footage, I'll put it on one of the upcoming.
Oh yeah, YouTube stream it, Twitch stream it all day. I was going. I'm really, which is good because I need to christen my gaming platform. I have not once uploaded any gaming footage, and that was something I wanted to do anyway. So it's kismet.
Okay.
Well,
I'm on Switch if you want it.
All right. Okay.
Definitely.
What like I said, say less. You come get to work, man. Like that's all I can say.
That's cool. I'll get the work. You get the fatality.
Now, if you guys find a way to record that, definitely send me something, man. I'll put it on the C.A.V.E, on the YouTube portion or something.
Yeah.
To promote the
too. And another thing, I wanted to Ghost of Tsushima. I'm in that. I fucks with Ghost of Tsushima too. I'm on that real hard.
Okay. Now, let me ask you: has anybody heard of Kick? Anybody heard of the Kick app? Or anybody in the comment section, have you heard of the Kick app?
That's like old. That's like OG. Kick is old. Kick is like when Musically was out and stuff. Like.
Oh, okay. Because they're saying that Kick. Well, I thought it was new. I didn't know anything about it. They're saying that Kick is supposed to be the new Twitch.
Oh, unless they renamed something else. Another Kick came out. Let me hush. Because
it was founded in 2022 as a competitor to Amazon-owned Twitch. with a focus of looser moderation and higher revenue shares for streamers. Kick.
Okay.
I do
Yeah,
that.
So it's like what Threads is trying to do too.
yeah, that's not the Kick that I knew. I knew the Kick. It was like a social media. It was a KIK back, like when. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about, but it's obviously not that.
Hey, but it does say the Kick Creator Program promises streamers hourly pay as well as different payout measures.
Wow.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, if I figure out a way to stream on Kick, shoot. Wow. Yeah, definitely.
Kick to pay $16 an hour to streamers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I might do quit one of my jobs then.
Me too. I'm gonna find something.
I mean, because if I fucks with games like that, so if I'm getting the same pay, I mean, I do it.
I'm curious to see what the fine print is. Like how many viewers you got to have before you hit that. Because if they're just handing it out, like everybody's playing, nobody's watching anybody else. Hell, you just film yourself doing a reaction video to someone else playing. Get that 15.
Yeah.
The only thing it says is it's offering streamers a 95/5 revenue split. 95% of the revenue generated from their streamers keep. It's prohibiting the uploading or making available things like nudity, sexual suggestive content, hate speech, abuse, and harassment, among many other things. So there's your fine print.
Okay, well, I'm for it. You know, I'm for it because I'm so disgusted with Instagram when people like me who try to upload normal shit than dope music, but you got people damn near fucking naked and they don't get their shit took down. But I'm posting about chicken or some shit. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, women with with the little monkey paw showing, dudes with dick print showing, like all that bullshit. But get an OnlyFans. That's what that's not what the platform is for. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is, though. It's the OnlyFans promoting their OnlyFans.
Man, you want to see more? Click here.
Like hell, half of the cosplayers you see at cons are just promoting their OnlyFans.
Which is sad because. Go ahead.
Oh look, this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. I did not put it down, but I know we run it too long. But I just want to say, cons. We know last time we talked about cons possibly dying, but now that they're having the actors and the writers strike, many of the actors and the studios and stuff, they're not even showing up at the cons. So now the cons have kind of reverted back to their factory settings, and they're about the comics and about what it was originally about now. You know, I know, Blaze, you're all in that. That's your job. How do you think the strike? How is the strike going to affect the cons and all this stuff like that? Is it going to go back to how it originally was?
It's no. I don't think it's going to go back to the way it was because it blew up too big, too quick, like Beanie Babies or anything else. Like, there was a time in Hollywood where it was nothing but musicals or nothing but westerns, and then when people got sick of it, you'd get one every few years. People hit that with superheroes in the last year or so, but the studios all have 10-year plans they've already announced with contracts in place. So it's too late to pump the brakes as far as that goes, even with the strike and whatever negotiations, because that's their whole game plan for IP. Like we were saying about the Miss Marvel, like that's a cute hook for a book, but it's really not going to move beyond just saying the actress from the show wrote it. Because like you said, most of the core fan base is mad, like, A, that's not the book we signed up for. B, this person's never written a book before.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be weird because even though one-day cons are just flea markets now of stay-at-home moms with a Cricut machine that just print off fan art as a sticker or whatever and slap it to a candle and say they're, a business. And it's like, I see better quality at the yard sales and the literal flea market than some of these now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of to the point to where the artists don't even get recognized at the shows that don't have the names. And they kind of lowered the bar where it's like they're selling their shit $5 a pop because they didn't really make anything.
Yeah. Okay. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Like Samuelli, if you're doing a live show, but there's a bunch of buskers outside with a full band that's more than your whole setup, you're going to be a little upset. Like, damn, they're just playing for the quarters on the street and they grab the whole crowd. My tickets are 10 and nobody's showing up for the real live performance.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of me. I am a live performer and a musician first, so I'm the whole shebang.
I was just using as an example of like there being other shit at the same spot, or like say you're on a bill, but there's 30 other artists on and they all have 5 minutes and 20 of them are kind of garbage before you go on, so the crowd already left.
Yeah. That's another matter.
Like that's where you can't go out in the parking lot and be like, guys, I swear if you sit through 5 more bad acts, my 5 minutes is worth it.
That's which is horrible. Which I can understand. That's really kind of how the industry is right now, as far because everybody and their granny is doing music, but that don't mean everybody's meant to do it. So it's so saturated. Right. It's so saturated with garbage artists, and you like.
And not only garbage artists, but even good artists that just do too much because they think they have to have like a project a month to stay relevant. Like if Prince had to do an album every month, he'd have some stinkers.
Yeah.
Because he experimented and tried shit. Same with David Bowie. Like there's a reason great artists do a project and disappear and live a little.
Yeah.
To put something back into it. Like Andre 3000 got the fuck out of rap.
Right.
And plays the flute and is loving life.
Yeah, and like I said, shout out to
and
the
then
queen.
Pops back up on Killer Mike, and it's like, okay, he still got it. He just don't want to do the TikTok challenge.
Exactly.
Of watch me swag it out.
I was gonna say too. Sorry. No. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't Andre 3000 like dropping an album this year?
I was about to say that.
There's rumor of it. I'm curious to see, and if it's like a composition of him like playing with different musicians or him doing features that never made the cut, like a Nas Lost albums. Dear God, would be amazing from 3 Stacks.
I paid real money for that.
Right? Imagine Outkast sessions from the 90s till now, like what just didn't fit the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun fact. He is one of my top collaborations that I aspire to have. Shout out 3 Stacks. Holla at me. Like let's make that happen. But I was gonna say too,
some shit, man.
Yes. I was gonna say too. Shout out to Missy because that the same thing. Missy clearly shows that she ain't never not had it, and she can disappear for 20 years and come and she's still gonna be a deity. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and there's so few like her or a Busta Rhymes that are so larger than life. Like if ODB was still around, he could disappear for 20 years and do a podcast freestyle that would just be bigger than anything.
Yeah, exactly. And these are my biggest influences as an artist and my inspirations. Like those are people I looked as a producer. I looked up to Timbaland, Lil Jon, and Pharrell. When it comes to my production, Just Blaze, Ryan Leslie, I'm influenced by, as an artist, Bjork, Rihanna, Kurt Cobain, like people that just were them in their own right, Andre 3000, Madonna, like yeah. If you kind of like did your own thing and you were your own deity in his own right for what you did, I kind of follows you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Does anybody have any celebrity stories?
I actually do. I actually do. Yeah. Firstly, fun fact, because we still kind of on the V part, but still, the Mortal Kombat 3 and 4's body artist Sonya Blade, Carrie and Hoskins is following me on Instagram. She is dope in real life.
Hey.
She makes resin art and furniture, and she still looks the same. She ain't aged lit. That's
Wow.
yeah.
Take care of herself.
Yeah, she's real good care of herself, and she still does. She does cons, she does shows, she does signings, all of that, and she thinks my music is dope. And so, it's pretty cool. That like I just told her like that's so dope that she followed me. I'm like, that to me that's like, Oprah following me or something, because Mortal Kombat was such a staple in my childhood. And it got me. Video games got me over a lot of traumatic shit in my childhood. So that's real dope.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
Go ahead.
No three stacks, but I met Big Boy and Sleepy Brown when they did their tour together a few years ago. The big sleepover.
Yeah.
And Quali opened for him. I met him briefly, but he's kind of a prick.
Oh wow!
I've heard that.
Just very short, elitist, doesn't take time for fans, was just trying to holler at whatever girl was at the bar and get the fuck out.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
But Big Boy was sitting there shaking hands with everybody, loving life. Same with Sleepy Brown. Like, took the minute to like lean in, ask you what were you into. They were just cool as hell.
That's cool. Now my actual celebrity that I actually met in Atlanta, I met the late Tommy Ford from Martin. He was humble, like just down to earth, man. I met him at Uptown Comedy Corner with my ex-wife, and at the time I was doing, I do fashion. I designed this hat and these glasses, but it's like I did, like when Gaga was hot, I had a line of glasses that were like the fit overs, like she was wearing, like Steve Boy. I did my own, and he really he commented on it. He was like, I asked him what he thought. He's like they're dope. He's like, I think they're for younger people, but yeah, he stayed right up the street from where we live. And my ex seen him in Kroger a second time. I met Bruce at a show. He's real dope, real humble. I seen Akon thrice. The first time I seen him, I was at an interview at W Hotel. Well, no, the first time I seen him, I was in Northside Barbershop, and the barber got to me. He was like, "Well, what brings you to Atlanta?" I was only a producer at the time, and I was like, "Yeah, I come here, for product music." And he was like, "Well, you came to a place." He's like, "You just seen Akon." It was like he was like 3 feet in front of me, and you know how people don't look like they do on TV. And I was like, it kind of looked like him, but I don't want to ask. But it was him. That was the first time. The second time, I passed right by him, damn near bumped the shoulder. I was on an interview for W Hotel, which is the Westin sister luxury hotel. They don't have a room that matches. Like, each room is different. But long story short, I passed them, and I realized by the time I got about 20 feet up in Lenox Mall to my interview, that was Akon. And then the third time I seen him, I was at Centennial Park, and I seen a green Gallardo go by with him in it. And then I also seen Life Jennings. He came to the Walmart I was working at. I've been to Missy Elliott's house.
How'd you do that?
I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy. It was I was a people greeter at Johnson Fair Walmart in Atlanta. They call it like suburbanite area. A lot of big bougie people stay there. NASA people, celebrities, blah blah blah. Anyway, one of the customers who took a liking to me, he like heard me singing or whatever, and he's like Missy is one of my clients. He does like yard work or something. He's like, I'll take you to see her or whatever, but he never really got around to doing it. So at the time, fast forward, like I said, reality TV shit, I was going through damn near divorce and all that stuff. So I walked home because I didn't have a car. My car broke down, and I didn't want to ask nobody for a ride because when people was acting funny, so I was like, fuck it. I walked 15 miles home. But anyway, along my walk home, the houses that I came through, because he was like with Missy stay down the street. I went into the neighborhood, and I walked into the cul-de-sac, and I seen like the her house had like a bunch of little windows. Like, look, it was very eclectic and very, very, different. And it just said Missy, and I remember the carpet that she had on MTV Cribs. You could see it through the door. And I just knew that was her house because the client, the dude, that was saying she lived right down the street. So that was pretty cool for me.
Well, a lot of those houses, like the celebrities have come out since then and were like, no, MTV just set us up in this house, like they staged it.
Yeah. But she actually has money. But the thing, but a lot of but no, like Brooke Valentine and various other artists. She even said on MTV Cribs during it, she was like, "This the label bought this house. It's not hers per se."
Oh man.
Yeah.
I always liked the Red Man episode.
Yeah, that was crazy. He was in like a regular degular apartment, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like shit still in boxes, like shit scattered, just all messed up. He's like, "Fuck it, when am I here?"
I'm gonna just say this right quick though. With what I do in public relations, I've met many celebrities and things like that. I've posted some in Blacktopia and things like that. I'm not gonna go through the whole stories, but Avant, Gunplay, Matthew Knowles, Dallas Austin, the list goes on. But if anybody wants to check out some of that stuff, Hoops, Maceo of De La Soul, fuck it. Anyway, you can go to blacktopia.org and check out some of that stuff and how I got some of that and some of the stuff in the media blast. If you want to know my stuff, I'm not going to take that up. It'll feel too much.
And I'm gonna just go ahead and rush and throw that in there too. Like because you obviously know like the countless celebrities that come by and show love to my page. I'm gonna say Dapper Dan, Chloe Bailey. She's been showing love. Like every time I post a tag her, she views my story. Okay. Dapper Dan. Tyler Yahweh, Seal, Roberto Cavalli's son, Robert Cavalli, Brooke Burke, Wendy Starling, the woman who discovered and developed Lady Gaga, has been following me 8 years. You can look in my comments and she see that she always gives me feedback on my music. She called me a legend, so that should tell you something. Oh my God! Like it goes on and on. Ray Real, the one who produced "Flawless" for Beyonce, and just countless celebrities. They just come through and show love. Papoose, Jacquay, like 40, Manny Fresh, 4040, Tierra Whack, like Magic City, like it's crazy.
I'm so glad y'all have some really positive interactions with celebrities. Mine seem to be not so positive, and I'm not going to call names, but I worked in the accounts receiving department at the Norfolk Waterside Marriott, and guess who got to put celebrities out of the hotel?
Oh wow!
Because it was always for not paying the freaking bill. Like,
what?
Yes. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know anything about that, but literally, I'm in the accounts department.
Say a name.
Security would come up and we would actually, there'd be a team of 4 of us that would literally go to a room to lock it out. And I don't know, I'm gonna give clues. It was a well-known basketball player. Well-known basketball player that just so happened to grow up in the Hampton Roads area. And literally, the hotel was operating on good faith, but he was supposed to have paid, for the previous week in the room. Previous week wasn't paid. That week wasn't paid. We had to lock the room out. I go in the room. I have the camera. That's literally all I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take the pictures, document what's in the room, and then literally they would, somebody else would lock the room out so they wouldn't be able to get back in. Well-known basketball player decided to throw a fit because he couldn't get back into the hotel room and decided that he was going to show his entire ass to whoever was in the lobby.
Wow.
Wow.
That was just one time.
You don't want to get caught up when you say a name. I know, right? You don't want to.
No, I mean I don't work there anymore, but I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. The bad thing is I already know, like, people idolize him, like, oh my god, yes him. And the bad thing was also, it's well known that he was married at the time, but guess who wasn't in the hotel room with him? And the pictures, oh yes, I will tell you this, the hotel industry, like, if they wanted to take somebody down, just don't pay your bill.
God.
Don't pay your bill, and all your mess will be on, the Inquirer.
Wow.
But I've had a few interactions with that just working at the hotel, because literally another, I guess you could say, B-list celebrity came in and wanted to know why she wasn't getting the discount for her room. Literally demanded to come to the accounting department. The only thing that I was supposed to do was total up the bill and send it downstairs. That was it. I didn't interact with people. And there's this belligerent woman wanting to know why she didn't get a discount. You have the money, Heffel. You have the money. And I'm just looking at her like, I don't make the prices. I don't do that.
You said, ma'am, I'm hourly, and if I am salary, like, come on, like, yeah, I don't get paid for all that.
It's just funny. I mean, y'all have had positive, and yes, I will say honestly, working at the hotel, I had one positive experience, and that was actually with Timbaland. And he was, and the bad thing is, like, many years before, when Coliseum Mall was still standing, me and my homegirl, like, chased after him in Coliseum Mall. And then here he is standing in our office, and I'm like, oh my god, I know he sees like millions of females. He ain't gonna remember me. He was like, I've seen you before.
Wow.
No, you didn't. No, that wasn't me at all. No. I don't know what you're talking about. He just started laughing. He was like, all right.
That's wild. That's another that's another top collab. Timbo.
Oh, yeah.
Holla at your boy.
On the Timbo track.
Yes, that'd be an honor. That's like a Michael Jackson moment for me if I met Mike. Like that, he's like my utter favorite producer, like my biggest inspiration as a producer. When I was a child and I started producing at 12.
I just thought of this. What I think would be a good sound, a straight up track that you produce, Samuelli, with Blaze Belushi doing the verses. You do the hook, and we could break it on the cave. How do y'all think about that? Does that sound like a good idea? Or?
Hey, let me hear some beats and see what you got.
Yeah, but right now, as far as production, I I'm I'm currently I had my iPad, but my iPad is like third generation. It's full. I don't know how to export my music off, but that's why I've been more in my artist bag as of late. And behind me is a $5,000 Multivex S7, but it got water damage in Florence, and FEMA wouldn't pay me for my
Ooh,
shit.
Mm.
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
mm-mm.
Well, hey, maybe get Jarvis or Thanos or Ricky Tiki or whatever
Yeah, we
19th
going by
nickname
right
he's
now.
on this week.
Yeah, but if
Throw
we
a
can
beat
get,
in.
I mean, but if we can get the beat, I'm definitely down to feature vice versa collab. Like, you
Okay.
know, hey,
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Whoever's doing it. Blaze, you produce too, right? You make beats, right?
I used to. My computers are all art and animation software now.
I
That shit
got you.
takes up way too much space.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Uh, man, I know this has been so long, so I'm probably, we've known each other for years. But Mackie J, are you still y'all in touch, or what's up? I haven't heard you
Man,
anywhere.
I haven't heard from dude in years now. Sadly,
Oh,
I'm not sure what happened to him.
okay. Yeah, 'cause I know
Last time I
Mackie
saw him, I
J.
think was yeah, he was right hand with the music there for a long time, and then yeah, when we took a break, he just didn't come back.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, whatever producers listening, Ricky Tikki Tavi, Thanos, you know, shoot, Ty Brew, anybody. I think that would be a dope concept. Just want to get
yeah.
some
Now,
synergy. And
also too,
also,
now, so,
y'all like
mhm.
oh, sorry, Sammy, I'm saying this right quick. Y'all like Kisha's stories. Keep tuning in for some upcoming page roundtable talk, nerds of the roundtable. And share this out.
Hey,
Share this out to your friends. Click the love button. Yeah, let's everybody needs to listen to Keisha. So,
hey,
I have
yeah,
stories for days. I've done a lot of living. I will tell you that.
definitely. Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely share them. Keep sharing them with us. Um, but yeah, Samuel, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say too, like, there's a couple things that I didn't plug, as far as my services, you already know any brand, any artist, blah blah blah. If you're really trying to up your social media presence, I sell organic followers and likes on Instagram. I give plenty of businesses facelifts, and I have a lot of success stories behind what I do. Um, so anybody out there, shop with me. You get your shit immediately. I don't need your login. I just need your username. Yeah, they shout out David Bristyles. Like, he's one of my number one clients. He will tell you. Also, Jonathan has got followers from me and countless other businesses that I have screenshots and receipts for. Also too, shout the merch store coming soon. I also, like I said, do fashion, and my fashion is just as wild as my music. Y'all can also search me, Samuelli Leon, on all platforms. That's Googleable. And yes, I'm soon gonna I'm also an ambassador, top artist and ambassador for E-Legends website. Shout out to Dave again, which he today just got his thing up to where you can do direct download now for your tracks on there. That's gonna be my number one link I'm sharing. So if y'all really want to go fuck with me, all new fans, follow me at E-Legends and Instagram, and y'all download my music. That's how I get paid,
Oh
and I can
yeah,
give
'cause like
y'all
I said,
greater projects. Thank you.
like we talked about earlier in the program, the business model has to change. Dave of E Legends, he's figured out something different for artists. So if you want to upload your music with E Legends, of course he doesn't have like the big distribution channels, but you can get the music straight off of E-Legends, and artists you get a bigger cut than what Spotify and
Yeah, it's direct download. You get your money, whatever the track downloads. He just discussed it with me today, and I'm happy to unveil that. Like, so history has been made with that. Also, too, Cash Out. Like I said, swag never spray on. That's all that. All that is in my bio and all that. To my cause. This is what artists. This is what we do. So fuck a third of a penny. If you really like, I have dope content and things for you. Support my movement.
Oh yes, definitely. Y'all get up on E-Legends. Follow Samuelli on all social media. I want to play. I don't play no games before we get out of here. So we're gonna play that song. The superhero fatigue. We're gonna do that on a future episode. Shout out to Ricky to the C.A.V.E. That's that topic. We're going way in overtime. We're supposed to wrap this up. So really thank you for being on the Nerds of the Roundtable. We're gonna have some more nerd discussions coming very soon. Also, shout out to, like I said, E-Legends. E-Legends is also one of my clients, also a sponsor of the show. Definitely check out E-Legends. You can upload your music, get your money. Also, music videos. If you want to break your music videos, upload it to elegends.net. That's the place to go. It's going to be the new place to go as far as music distribution goes. The next wave of music distribution. Also, if you want to throw some money in the hat, if you like some of the stuff that you saw or heard, you could pay tribute to myself on Cash App. Blaze Belushi, Kisha, if you want to shout out any Venmos or PayPal information, you're welcome to. Go on ahead and shout that out. Don't be shy if you want to drop some money in the hat.
Well, shoot, y'all can Cash App me.
Go ahead.
At Miss Kiki 0521.
Hey, no, hold up. That's my birthday. That's
what, May 21st? That's my birthday.
What the fuck?
Y'all gonna have to fight for it.
No, I was here first. See, there ain't no fight.
Oh wow!
Man, I was excited for some Highlander. There can be only one.
Yeah. So, wow! Fun fact: we share a birthday with Notorious B.I.G., Mr. T, and Jeffrey Dahmer,
and my daughter.
Oh,
damn.
Wow.
Fun fact, I had my daughter on my 21st birthday.
Wow.
And y'all are Gemini.
That was a fun night at the bar.
Oh, yeah. No. I should have been getting shots, but no, I was getting a shot. It didn't work. But that's okay. And she just turned 21 the other month. So I got to take her out to the bar, and she got shots of tequila, and she was like, "Okay, cool, this is fine. She couldn't stand, she couldn't walk. She's just like, ugh. She's like, "Birthday."
Blaze Belushi, you want to drop?
Hey, I'll keep it simple. Find me on Instagram and Facebook at Blaze Belushi. And if you check out any of my reels or posts, I tag the Ko-fi and all that, as well as the merch sites. And if you're looking for custom art or designs for your merch or promotions, I do that. I'm going to run a special here in the next couple weeks on 8-bit style, since we've been talking video games so much. So if you want to look like an old school Nintendo character, I got you.
Hey, I might fuck with you on that. Real talk. I really might see you on that.
Blaze, I'm gonna have to
holler at me. I'll send you some samples.
Definitely, I may have to use you for one of the video games for Coleman Interactive, because we're doing all genres. All the genres.
Hey, if you want to get real funky and do like the old '80s games with the painted covers, we could have some real fun and give you some merch to move.
Definitely, yeah. We'll talk. Yeah, we keep the economy going in the cave, so. I know Hollywood is on strike. I know everybody else is losing money. But with the Cave creators, we want y'all to get paid over at the Cave. So, whatever y'all do, we try and get y'all paid and get us paid and get y'all paid. And we're going to circulate the money. All right, so we're gonna leave out of here. We're gonna play. I don't play no games from Samuelli Leon.
Featuring Aaliyah, my artist, but she's the first lady of House of Leon, and she's on hiatus. Her and her hubby, they just had a baby, but yeah, we about to get this bread. So, and it's a dope. Shout out to OSR's Beats who produced that. He allowed me to bless the track. He gave it to me for free to use. Like, it was awesome. He's on Instagram as well, OSR's Beats. But yeah, it's dope. It's a treat.
Definitely. All right, here we go. I don't play no games.
Super Mario, run all the way to the top, got my cardio. No bluffing, he know that I love him though. They gonna bump this on the stereo. Everywhere they go, they wanna see me. I need a skate like Houdini. We going in, throwing green like Luigi. They know I'm a superstar, call me Lion. They wanna be saved, hide in my way, but I ain't a blooper. I ain't never gonna give up, cause I'm a trooper. I stay fly like a super. They gonna hate it when I'm at my peak. There's some stress, come SSB. Lay on fly, going super saiyan. Before we finna flee, I can't bring it to Leon unless it's fire. I'm the truth, so the devil is a liar.
Yes. Definitely. Thank you for that. I don't play no games. I wasn't able to upload the Sonic one for the show. But yeah, perhaps in the future we'll play that here on the program. Definitely thank you all for listening or watching, tuning in to the Nerds of the Round Table discussion number 2. If you guys want to join future panels, just hit us up. We already have a lineup, but it doesn't matter. Just, we're going to have more panelists. Kisha, Blaze, definitely thank you all for being a part of this. Shoot, man, panelists, you guys are more like hosts, co-hosts. More than just panelists. I would like to have y'all on ongoing ones if you guys could do the time, But yeah, I don't even want to cycle y'all out. We just want to have a panel of 5 people. You know what I'm saying? The guests and the panelists and cycle them out.
Yeah. I just, like I said, say thank you once again to everybody. I thank the Most High first for just the opportunities, but it's been an honor. A shout out to all the new coming fans out there, and yeah, like I said, Brian know how extra I am. So if y'all want, it got to be a part 2 with me because you can't fit me into 2 hours. So if you want to come back with the Sonic version, the Act Clear track, and hear more dope things from me, I'll be honored to come back if you have me. I had a blast, and yeah, thank you.
Oh yes, thank you all as well. Any more last words before we wrap it up? We've talked enough tonight.
Go watch a movie. Go watch a movie, even if it's not superheroes. Let's try to keep something still pumping.
Yeah.
Hell, The Machine was really good. If you guys need a recommendation for something different.
Yeah, I thought they were co-hosts at first. Might as well. I mean, might as well.
I definitely am enjoying this. Like I really am. I'm enjoying this so much because I finally have other people that I can talk to about the things that run through my head, or I can tell somebody like, "Hey, I was watching the random anime," without them being like, "What? Who did it?"
Yeah, you don't get that slow blink.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Exactly.
So if you want me, I will do it. If you want me to, Jonathan, I will do it. I'll make sure and do my homework and not work that night. You got me.
Definitely.
But I do want to say that my brother Steve was interested, and I believe Monique. I gotta remember her name.
Monique McQueen. I think that's her name.
I think yes.
Yeah, I saw her. We spoke in the cave group. She cosplays, right?
Yes, her.
Yes. Okay. If she's checking the replay out, we'd definitely love to have her on too. Ricky Tiki Tavi, he said he wanted to join too. I know Blaze. I know you want to be on that show. You and him could go on and on.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So we're gonna definitely make that happen. Shoot, Kid Groove, if you want to jump on too, that's fine. We're gonna do some more stuff on Twitch. Oh, Monique the Queen, not Monique McQueen. The Queen is top notch. Yes. Hopefully she'll join the show as a character. She can come on and do some cosplay right on the show or something.
Give a makeup tutorial so I can watch. Be like, ooh, girl, really?
Oh.
You should come on the show as a character. Would you do that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I have to think about that. I literally have like 2 costumes. That's it. Every Comic-Con event that I've been to, I've just been, random girl.
Random girl.
Frankenstein them together. Make your own. It's a variant. Everything's multiverse anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's our show. You can also check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/@theofficialmediablast. Subscribe. We'll be throwing up clips, throwing up full shows. You can also check out the other shows on the Official Media Blast. I'm turning that into like a little independent network. We're gonna have political shows and sports shows and all kind of shows on that. So definitely check that out. And nerd content as well. Dave.
You want Revenge of the Nerds on it. Nerd.
Definitely. And DJ Kid Groove, definitely speak with her. Let's make it happen. I guess referring to Monique. All right. You guys don't have to go home, but you got to get off this thing. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Hey.
Till next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.